Do you want to start sim racing? Then prick your ears, your journey starts right here, right now. Greetings Rummies and welcome to Rum, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and to our sim racing beginner's guide. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. So you're thinking about getting into sim racing, or maybe you've heard about it and you're curious but you're feeling a bit overwhelmed? No worries, we've got you covered. If you love cars and racing, it could very well be the thing for you. In this video, we're gonna tell you all about what you need to get started in sim racing, and we'll even suggest a minimal configuration that won't leave your bank account screaming for mercy. This won't be a buyer's guide, we're not gonna tell you what to buy, but we'll give you an idea of what you'll need. After all, you're the only one who knows what fits your budget and your preferences, right? First things first, let's talk about the age-old question, PC or console. If you've already got a console, go for it. But if you want the most realistic and immersive experience, we recommend going with a PC for the following reasons. There's a couple of sim racing titles available on console like Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Competizione, but most of the deeper end simulations have been made for the PC market only. Titles like Automobilista 2, R-Factor 2 or iRacing don't run on consoles, and we're quite sure they won't come out for console anytime soon, if ever. And especially with regards to Assetto Corsa, you won't be able to add even one mod to it on a console, while on the PC version you can add literally thousands of mods to it with ease. Also, most of the beta hardware is not compatible with any console, and chances are it's not going to be anytime in the future. Wheel systems and pedals, for example, and even more so with regards to button boxes, shifters, or other expansions. And if you want to broaden your horizon in a very literal sense of the word, you won't be able to use a triple screen configuration or many of the more interesting possibilities. More on displays later in the video. And lastly, there's many small, often free or low-cost software packages that will help you in immersion or in racing better, that again are only available on PC. SimHub, CrewChief, AutoHUD, Content Manager are just some product names you may be hearing soon. In short, for the most realistic and immersive simulation experience, you'll want to go PC. While the PC world is more complex with so many different components to choose from, don't worry. These days there are tons of places that sell ready-built computers, so you don't need to worry about a thing if you don't want to. Just make sure you've got a good graphic systems, aka GPU, and you'll be good to go. Racing, be it in real life or sim racing, is getting your car as near to its limits and the limits of physical laws as possible to get the best result. While you can technically race with controllers or with your keyboard, for the better experience you're going to need a wheel with force feedback. The force feedback is going to simulate the forces the physics would exert on a real racing wheel, and therefore give you a better feeling on how your car is doing, how far you still can go until you reach the limit. But you don't know if this interest of yours is a momentary fling or if it's going to be forever. You may be in the honeymoon phase where everything is new and exciting and cool and great. Congratulations on that, but if you're not 100% sure if sim racing is gonna be a long-term thing for you, we recommend starting with a budget wheel. Good budget wheels are Logitech's G29 and Thrustmaster T300, which normally costs around 200 to 300 euro USD. The Thrustmaster giving you the advantage to get different types of rim, the thing where you put your hands on, which you can buy for it. They won't give you as detailed a feeling like the so-called direct drive wheels, but for those you have to think about spending 800 to 1000 euro USD for entry-level systems. Although Fanatec just surprised us with an entry-level DD system for round about €500 USD, Fanatec being a company that has delivered good quality to the market with varying consistency though. The jury is still out on this system, we just wanted to let you know of this possibility. Both Logitech and Thrustmaster systems can be fixed to your desk, which is what we would recommend for now to keep your expenses low. If you really get into sim racing, you can always upgrade to a fancy wheel later on. There are different types of cockpits out there if you want to sit like in a racing car, from the nimble, cheap ones to sturdy, engineer-grade ones. But this is a cost factor we'd recommend you set aside for later when you are sure you want to go full scale into sim racing. For now, right now at the beginning, use your desk. An added bonus to these entry-level system wheels is that they are sold including pedals. Again, the racing feeling is not as good as for more costly options. Regardless of sim racing, having a good monitor is a good idea when using a PC, while in the future you may want to expand your horizon with either a virtual reality set or a multiple monitor configuration, as you are going to need a monitor anyway. Go for an ultra-wide, maybe even curved monitor. Advances in technology make these possible and affordable and give you a wider sight than a normal 16:9 monitor. Another reason why you should wait until you add monitors is that virtual reality systems are also quite affordable. VR is supported by most modern sims, and the situation in sim racing, you are sitting in the same space all the time, makes VR an easy to use solution. If you don't get sick using VR, as unluckily some people do, it will give you a better immersion, will let you hit the apexes of the curves better, and let you drive nearer to your opponents, as it will improve your depth perception enormously. Most people who start using VR within sim racing keep at it forever because of this. For people who get seasick, or for the minority who don't like VR for different reasons, there's still the possibility to use a triple monitor configuration, which means having one monitor up front and two at each side of it, and so simulating the front view of your cockpit and the side views left and right, giving you some degree of simulation of a real racing situation. Of course, you need space for 3 monitors and enough budget to buy 3 good monitors. You won't need that much space for VR, as you are wearing your monitors on your head, so to speak, but you will definitely need a good graphic system, as VR eats up a lot of GPU cycles. This, by the way, is another situation where a PC will give you more and better options than a console, as consoles don't support triple monitors, and even the support for ultra-wide monitors is rather lacking. And while PlayStation systems only support some very specific VR systems, Xbox does not support VR at all. At the start, you may just put your ultra-wide monitor on your desk. There's dedicated monitor stands, but you won't need them at the beginning, only when you get a cockpit, which may be a while down the road. After you've gotten your monitor, you will want to place it, and right. You'll hear the term field of view, or FOV, often. Luckily, there's some free calculators on the internet that will help you find the sweet spot. Here's where, depending on space and budget, a monitor stand may be better than a desk. At the moment of producing this video, there's 6 racing simulators on the market that are either still being developed or that have such a large user basis that they deserve to be considered alive, with 3 more being officially worked on. We could discuss long about which one is the best, and in fact there's always long discussions about it. But truth to be told, they are all good at something and bad at something else, and in the end it's a question of which one you feel more comfortable with. Compared to the amount of money you can spend on hardware, the software is dirt cheap. You can buy all the base versions of The Sims for about €100 USD, that is, without any DLCs and nothing else. The software being the smallest factor in your budget for sim racing, you'll end up owning most, if not all of them. At least we know we do. But considering you're starting within sim racing, we have 2 recommendations for you. Get Assetto Corsa Ultimate in the next sale, It's on sale very often for about 8 to 10 euro USD. That will give you the sim Assetto Corsa plus all the DLCs. It's a bit dated, but you can race a lot of cars on a lot of tracks out of the box, and it's extremely moddable. There's thousands upon thousands of mods for it. And if you fancy doing something different than track racing, there's whole communities doing hill climb, drifting, even rally driving. For the cost of 8 euro USD, you will get an enormous experience and can very well decide what you have more fun doing. With great graphics and incredible force feedback, Automobilista 2 brings a lot of cars and tracks, and even historic cars and tracks you can have fun with. Unlike Assetto Corsa, Automobilista 2 is still being developed and supported, with the team behind it making the sim better every time and adding tracks and cars regularly. It's concentrated on track racing, so it does not have the breadth of Assetto Corsa, but it's a more modern sim. Get it on a sale cheap. Last time the base sim was available for 11 euro USD at Steam. While there's no doubt that the more money you throw at it, the better the products are, offering better, or at least finer force feedback, better immersion, more racing feeling, more expensive gear will seldom make you better. Practice well, and you can practice on anything. For some of us, higher immersion helps drive faster because you get a more realistic feeling, but the amount of money you spend will never correlate to your speed on the track. Sim racing is not a pay-to-win situation. There's no perfect sim racing setup. It's what works best for you at the end of the day, and you will only know that from the experience of racing for a while. We have a video ready for you telling you what next steps we recommend on your way to becoming an expert sim racer. And if you're completely new to this hobby, it makes no sense to spend a lot of money if you're not 100% sure this will be a long-term thing for you. Better start on the budget side of things, and when you're sure you want to go on the deep end, then spend the more money. With that in mind, here's our recommendations for a minimal sim racing setup that is enjoyable. Patrons allow us to ignore any YouTube bullshit and allow us to invest in high quality sim racing journalism like Sim Racing Expo or buying hard and software without strings attached. Amongst other perks, becoming a patron will fix your name for posterity like this, but you'll also get to know what we plan and what we're doing, so a big thank you to our patrons. If you come here regularly, please consider subscribing. This is all you need to start racing and start finding out if racing with as much realism as possible is something for you. You don't need a high-end gaming computer, any modern CPU will do. As for GPUs, even a 1060 or similar is enough at the beginning. Most pre-built PCs are more than good enough at a price of around 1000 euro USD, and even on a lower budget, most pre-built PCs are good enough for starting in sim racing. Get either a Logitech G29 or a Thrustmaster T300 and use them on your desk, or the Fanatec DD bundle if you are feeling frisky. The wheel system must have force feedback to make racing enjoyable. Get a wide curved monitor that gives you a broad view of the cockpit. Look for something that's 1000R or 1500R curvature. If you have a desk seat with wheels, see to it that you fix them or get a seat without wheels. You should be able to change the height of the seat to be able to look straight into the monitor. You don't need a gaming seat, just get a normal office seat. Get Assetto Corsa Ultimate on the next sale, and if you're feeling frisky, go to Ilya's Patreon and get Content Manager and CSP to get an alternative UI for Assetto Corsa, as well as a way to modernize the graphics of Assetto Corsa. Or get Automobilista 2 for around 11 euro USD. That's all you need at the start. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions on what you are thinking on buying, or to tell us what you bought and why. For a detailed and longer conversation, join our Discord. If you want to know how we recommend you continue your path into sim racing, check this video to get an idea of what your journey into the deeper end of sim racing may look like. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.